Hey my loves, welcome back to day 11 of Vlogmas. Now before I start waffling along, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you who have continually watched my videos. And better yet, if you have left me a comment or two, I truly appreciate it. I'm pretty sure it's clear that I have absolutely no clue what I'm doing, but I am enjoying the process and I feel like I need to do this again next year. I haven't even completed this year and I'm already thinking that I definitely need to do this again for 2025. Anyways, I'm sat here and I think I'm actually going to head back to the kitchen. And so perhaps this is low-key becoming a foodie channel instead of a sewing channel. But the reason I'm headed to the kitchen today is because I need to do some prep work. Now, I have some really fond memories of my home smelling like cinnamon, like fruit, like coconut, like rum from about the middle of November. My mom used to be a chef and she would take orders for Christmas for black cakes and tarts and apple turnovers and mince pies and things of that sort. And there was just never a day from like the middle of November right the way down to New Year's Day when there was not some baked good in my house. Sadly, you guys, I did not pay attention to my mom in the kitchen. I just never contemplated that she wouldn't be around to make the things that we love to eat. Now, I don't eat tart because I don't like pastry. But I do fancy some black cake, especially with some custard over top. Oh, goodness gracious me. It has been 4 Christmases since I have had a piece of black cake. This year, I am going to try my hand at making this cake. Now, you guys, black cake is a technical cake. I picked up that much from watching her make it. It is by nature a dense cake, but it's not supposed to be heavy like lead, like it dropping in your stomach kind of heavy. It's still meant to be aerated, not like an angel cake or anything like that, but I'm hoping you understand what I'm saying. It's not light like a fairy cake, but it's definitely not like dense like a dumpling. So I am going to pray. And then I'm going to wait for me to feel her spirit surrounding me. And then I'm going to try and bake this cake. So it's not going to get done today, but I definitely do need to do the prep work. And by prep work, I mean I need to put the fruit to soak. Now, traditionally, when you make a black cake, the fruit is soaked for a long time in rum. A long time, like a good 6 months. Clearly, I'm starting this very late because I had no intentions of making this cake, but I feel like it's time for me to give it a go. So I bought some raisins. I know she used to put some other fruit in it. I don't even know what it is, like currants or peels or something, but I did buy some raisins and I did buy some cherries, and I'm going to put the raisins to soak in some Wray and Nephew rum. I hope I have some in my cupboard. I don't drink it, but you never know. Anyways, I'm going to put some of the raisins to soak, and maybe like next week or the week after. When is Christmas? How many days are left? Closer to Christmas Day, I'm going to try and bake this cake. I'm going to show you what it looks like, even if I fail at it, because I'm sure you guys are going to be curious to know, and again, it is what it is. I'm going to show you either which way. But I am hoping and praying that it turns out edible and that at least I can enjoy some black cake this year with some custard. So let's head on over to the kitchen. Wait, before we go to the kitchen, maybe I need to deal with another baked treat. The cookie tin. So I'm going to go ahead and draw from the cookie tin, and then maybe while we're doing the prep work, I can answer today's question. So today's question is sewing steps or techniques you never ever miss. So go ahead and leave me some comments down below and let me know what sewing steps or techniques you always do. Right, so we've got the question, so let's head on over to the kitchen to start our prep work, and then I can share with you the sewing steps and techniques your girl never ever misses. All right, for the 50th millionth time, I'm back in the kitchen. So I'm just gonna get the fruit right here, and I need to get the rum. I got it. And I also need, gosh, this light is terrible. Right, shine on me, light, shine on me. Right, so I need to also get a container. So I'm just gonna grab, oops, some Tupperware, and then we can start the process. Alright lovies, I'm back in this space because the lighting is so much better. Anyways, I have put the fruit to soak, and maybe sometime next week I will actually get around to trying out baking this cake. Now, for now, your girl is tired and ready to go ahead and take a nap. But first, let me answer today's question of the day. What are the sewing steps or techniques you never ever miss? Now, the first one I want to talk to you guys about is understitching. I never ever miss my understitching. Nothing is uglier, in my opinion, than a stretched out neckline. Your girl has no time for that. So I always go ahead and stay stitch my neckline, sometimes my arm side, even when the pattern does not ask for it. The second step I always do is to understitch. Now, understitching is where you attach your seam allowance to your facing piece, and that just helps your facing piece to roll much more nicely to the inside of the garment. It makes for a much more professional look, in my opinion. So I never ever skip the edge stitching. Now, the last one I want to share with you guys is this. If you have been in this space for any time at all, or if you follow me over on Instagram, you guys already know what I'm gonna say. I never ever skip pre-washing my fabrics. As soon as my fabrics arrive and I unbox them, I need to take them to my washing machine. You guys, I have a thing about fabric, and pre-washing fabric is definitely my jam. Now, I don't know how many hands have touched my fabric. I don't know where it was put while it was waiting to be bought, to be shipped. I don't know how many rats peed on my fabric, and ugh, that is just so disgusting for me. And so my first stop is to my washing machine. Then I can fold them and put them in my stash, and whenever I want to use them, then they're ready to go. Now, pre-washing also helps to remove any dyes, and it helps to remove shrinkage. Now, there are some fabrics that will shrink on you. And listen, how annoying would it be to spend so much time making up your garment only to try it on and realize it no longer fits after you have washed it? That is because that baby went ahead and shrunk on you. So I definitely never ever skip the pre-washing of the fabric. So now that I have shared mine with you, go ahead and leave me some comments down below and let me know what sewing steps or techniques you never ever miss. I'm so curious to find out what your qualms are. Now, I already told you that your girl is tired, so I'm about to head to my bed and take a nap, but I'll check back in with you guys a little bit later. Peace for now. Hey beloveds, so I'm back and I have been joined by the night animal choir. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear the animal sounds, but it is whatever at this point. So I am actually getting ready to hit the streets. We are going to go light hunting. So me and my family are going to drive around the rock to see who has got up lights, and I'm hoping that I can take you guys along with the ride. Fingers crossed I actually find something worth sharing. So let's go. Alright folks, so we are approaching our very first set of lights. I'm going to turn the camera around so that you guys can see the lights that have been put up at the braids area. Alright guys, so we are currently in braids. Now, Montserrat lost its main town, Plymouth, some 30 years ago when the volcanic eruptions first began here on the island. That means we no longer have access to the entire island. We inhabit about a third of the island. The other 2/3 or so is uninhabitable because it has been declared an unsafe zone. So the braids area, which is where I am now, is where a lot of the commercial businesses have set up. Now, I won't go as far as calling it a town because it has not been officially dubbed our town center, but a lot of the business places have set up along the strip. So right behind me, right here, let's see if the camera will focus. This is where the public library is. And then if I turn just a little bit more, this right here is BBC Radio and TV, which is kind of sort of like a department store. So they sell appliances, toys, soft furnishings, that sort of thing. Now, this is the only spot that we have seen so far that has lights up. Truth be told, I feel like we're sort of losing the spirit of Christmas on the island. Back in the day when I was a child, so many other homes had lights put up outside, and we have driven a good, let's say about 15 minutes from my home to the other side of the island, well, the other side that is habitable, and these are the first set of lights that we are seeing. We are going to head on further down the strip now and see if perchance anybody else has any Christmas lights up. And look who we have here. Everybody's hanging out, eating ice cream. Say hi! Alright, so we are now in the Causeway area, and I am spotting some more lights. So let's see. Hey Stitches, so I am back, but bruh, girl is so disappointed with the lights, or the lack thereof, this year. Oh my goodness. I want to go ahead and say that maybe we went out a little bit too early, but Jesus, I want to know, is this really what Christmas in the Caribbean is becoming? I really have fond memories of so many lights. So many people used to string lights in their yards and in their gardens, and we did not see any lights on any houses, but we did manage to catch just a few lights on some of the commercial buildings. Later on in the season, I'll keep my eyes open to see if there happen to be new lights popping up around the island, but tonight's ride out was disappointing. Now it's late, your girl is tired, so I'm gonna call it a wrap on today's Vlogmas. So I'll catch you again tomorrow for day number 11. Until then, folks, stay calm, stay cool, stay safe, And thank you so much for watching Vlogmas. Peace.